start off with a quick sketch of this apple, and then we're going to work wet on wet, and I'm only going to wet the middle part of the apple to start this off. I'm starting off with a little bit of Gamboge yellow to add in for the background behind the color of the red with the apple. It creates a glow, it makes it look more natural, and it lets the apple kind of develop a nice shine as I move through. Let your paper dry really well, and then you can go ahead and add some more water only on the section that you're going to be painting. And in between my layers, I let it dry, bone dry, then I wet it down again. And then what this does is layer upon layer, it's going to make your apple look very realistic. And the red colors are going to pop, the yellow colors that are inside of the skin of that apple are really going to shine and pop through. And I love colors, but in order to make them really stand out, I have to use this layering technique that allows me to build it. And let me tell you right there, that red was dry on wet on dry, and then I took my brush and I smoothed it out. I'm doing it right there too. I don't mind putting a little bit of dry paint on there, but then I smooth it out with a tiny bit of water. And then you're gonna see me take paper towel and I'm dabbing that bright spot in the apple and I'm protecting it. I want that to glow, and it's where the sun shines on it. So you can use paper towel as a neat little trick to help dab up some of that paper or some of the paint that's gone onto that little shiny spot. After a few layers, I'm moving into the detail of the apple, and I'm using a smaller paintbrush. This is a Golden Natural. I picked this up by the brush guys online when I ordered these particular brushes. I don't think I can find them on Amazon, but I'll try. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of the shading and a little bit more of the detail of the apple, continue to work that and develop it layer upon layers, color upon color. For the flecks of white that are on the apple, I actually just took my paintbrush, dabbed it in a little bit of white, Chinese white, and then I'm dotting it on here, letting it dry, and then I'm going to soften it up. The other thing that I did to finish this off was after I put the white on, I went behind it and used a little bit more red just to create more depth around the streaks of the red in the apple, and it came out really nice. I really was having a lot of fun working on this picture, and you got to show me yours. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. You can look up Cindywilliamsmooreartist, and you'll find me on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I love to see your work, and I would love to highlight it and show other people what you have done. So let me know if I can do that. The apple was the focus of this painting, and I wanted that to be realistic. So once I have that in, what I do is take a step back from my painting and I look at it just to see what might I want to add into it further, or how do I want to change it. And in this case, I decided to change the background by adding a lot more depth to it, making it a lot darker. And then the leaves that are in the foreground, they're going to be very light. There's not a lot of heavy details that are in them. The apple's realistic, that's where people's eyes are going to go. So I decided to imply and to suggest. So the way I did the details in the leaves, I did not make it exact. And I like the way that it finished off. I felt like it looked like a true watercolor picture. and I didn't overdo it to where it looked like a photo completely. So this was a fun botanical picture to work on. And then I just made myself remember that I don't have to have everything finish out perfectly. I can try a lighter technique and have it a little bit more fragmented, and that's what the leaves look like when they're done. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and what you do with your paintings. Guys, I want to thank you for joining with me today. There's like another minute left on this, but I wanted to encourage you, if you have not subscribed, join me on YouTube. Press that subscribe button. I would love to see you the next time. And most importantly, I would love to hear how you're doing on your watercolor adventure. And I have got links below that give you the products that I use for this video and what colors I used. Feel free to ask me any questions you want in the community page. I would love to hear thoughts from you. What are you painting for Christmas? I'm gonna make some Christmas cards coming up too, so we can all try that out. But here's my final work, and I'm so thankful for the time that I got to spend with you today. I do hope I get to see you again. I'd love to see your work online as well. Show me on Instagram and Patreon and Pinterest and Facebook. All right, until next time, guys.